Hi, I'm Gaurav Kapur, and I'm going to be on the Journey Within podcast with Shobha Rana. And actually, I'm lying. I've already been on it. We've already recorded it, and it was amazing.
Watch the best clips from the podcast episodes that you've enjoyed the most. Don't miss to press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Master your inner world on the journey within with me, Shobha Rana.
GK, how did it all start for you? What was the origin of this Gaurav Kapur story?
So my parents got married. So you won't go back. Itna piche nahi jana chahiye. I was actually, to just cut a very long story short, to just keep the succinct points. I used to be a very good student, and then I decided that was no fun. Right? Fun was being had by people who were creative, who were artistic, who were performers. I realized that there was a performer inside me. So in school, I started performing a lot. I was debating. I would, do dramatics. I was part of the choir while singing. So anything that would get me out of the classroom and onto the stage. And I realized that I really enjoyed interacting with audiences. I loved the applause, like all creative people and all performers do. No matter what they tell you, they love the applause. You can win them over. You have that
Absolutely.
all-knowing smile. मुझे पता है.
I've been also around for 15 years, so I know what you
Applause
mean.
is my oxygen.
True, that is.
Yeah.
And now subscribers.
That's right. It's like, just follow me. I'm Pied Piper. So I realized that was really something that I enjoyed a lot. And I still harbored some dreams of kind of studying economics and gaining an MBA and working in a bank and being an investment banker. And I harbored all those dreams and ambitions. But slowly those went out of the window because one happy accident after the other, I just kind of, kept diving deeper into this whole performance space. So there was radio, then there was Channel V, then there was films, then there was stage, there was more television. So all those things just kept happening. I guess somewhere I was possibly willing them or manifesting them, which is the new craze word. But I think that's what I wanted to do. So it just kind of, I went the way life took me, or maybe life went the way I took it. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody can ever truly be, but I guess they're probably symbiotic, and that's how you just end up where you are.
From a fun VJing job
Yeah.
to cricketing grounds, how
Yeah.
did the transition happen? Were you upskilling yourself to learn all about cricket? Although cricket is anyway a religion in our country, and most of the kids growing up kind of follow cricket and stuff like that.
I've been watching cricket since I was 4 or 5 years old, so I had to upskill myself none. Right. So what happened is, when I got into live cricket broadcasting, it was the two loves of my life. One is performing live, and the other is cricket. So I was like a kid in a candy store. ये कैसे हो गया यार? How does this work?
और इसके पैसे भी मिल रहे हैं
और
बहुत सारे.
Yeah, काफी सारे मिल रहे हैं ये तो.
Gaurav, you have been with some of the legends, cricketing legends over
Yeah.
the years, and you have been in close rooms with them.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had your interactions. So what are the top 3 learnings that you'd say you've learned from some of the 3 best people that you've met?
That's the kind of question that somebody should prep and come with an answer for, because I feel like you're expecting this to be life-changing and you're expecting this to be life-changing. That's a lot of pressure. Well, see, there is, I think the one thing I have learned, so let's just start one by one. The one thing I've learned from Sachin, for example, is preparation. My God, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we'd be doing an event for 100 people, non-televised, no one's watching. But he will say, let's meet before we will reach the venue or the city where we are. He'll say, come for lunch, we'll have a chat. We'll eat lunch, we'll chat, we'll plan. We'll say, we'll take it from here to here. Let's link this story to that story. Barely anybody else does that. Nobody else does that. He is so, when you hear stories about him pressing his cricket kit one evening before and getting into the zone for the match the next day. So that attention to detail and preparation, I have learned from him. It's just amazing. I think from Sunil Gavaskar, from Sunny Bhai, I have just learned humility. He is, and that humility allows him to have fun. He at 70 has more sense of fun than a 17-year-old.
Wow.
Which is so amazing for somebody who's been around the same world for almost 55, 60 years.
Wow.
He's been around since then, right? So just that whole idea, and I've traveled with him to different parts of the world. He's just always up, say, Sunny Bhai, 8 p.m., glass of wine at the bar. Sunny Bhai will be like, 8:15 because I want to go to the gym before. So,
Wow.
Jim, he'll be there, sharp 8:15. We'll have a glass of wine. Mr. Sunnyval, let's go out for dinner. We'll go for dinner. He has friends in all parts of the world who he's still in touch with. They will come. When he speaks with people, he will meet normal people, people who are fans of his. You'll forget that this is Mr. 10,000 runs. This is the guy who faced all of the West Indies pace battery without a helmet, right? This
Right.
little champ
Right.
is a world beater.
Correct.
He's just kind of so chill about it. So I've been quite fortunate. Like I've met a lot of people like that, and I learned so much from them. And I've been very lucky to spend a lot of time with Shah Rukh. From Shah Rukh, I have learned that
Oh, I love him. I just want to
who
take a
doesn't,
pause.
right?
Who doesn't? My God,
I was just
that
thinking, like, how
man's-
many things have I learned from him?
Correct. That man's energy, charm, charisma. Oh my
There
God,
you
what's
go,
not there
right?
to love?
There, I think just owning every moment, right? Every interaction with him, every human being he touches, right? He speaks to for 1 second.
Yeah.
It's what about him makes that unforgettable.
Oh my
I
God.
know what it is. I've kind of pinpointed it because he is in that moment the most any human being can be in any moment.
Right.
It does not matter to him whether the person talking to him, what their significance is,
Right.
where they are on the proverbial societal food chain,
True.
right? Whether they can do something for him or not. It doesn't matter to him.
He is
If-
extremely respectable towards everyone. I've
Every
not
human
seen
being.
him any other way.
So,
I was hosting one of these conferences for a brand, and it was a media conference. So media was to ask questions and stuff like that. And they told me that you have to control this
yeah.
questioning, whatever, you know the job.
They ask
So-
horrible questions.
They ask horrible questions, right? So these guys were asking some questions which were on the no-go list. So I was telling these people, no, we can't take this question and all of that. I was moderating that round, and then came a point, and Shah Rukh was like, "ये मैडम जो बोलेंगी ना उसी का आंसर करूंगा, किसी का आंसर नहीं
Yeah.
करूंगा." And he just knows how to own people in that moment. You know,
Yeah.
it's just incredible. My God,
So
I
those
have-
are my 3 learnings. Wow, I think I came up pretty solid with them. Huh?
you did pretty well.
It's pretty good.
Let's talk about power of resting also, because
Yeah.
in this business you're constantly on the run,
Yeah.
and you have toured to some of the greatest countries in the world, and have been on the pitch and the field with the
Yeah.
players, and then off the pitch also doing shoots with them. When do you get time to rest, and how much do you prioritize resting over work?
Okay, so I'm one of the most lazy, ambitious people you'll meet in your life. But I've figured out that at least when COVID happened and post that, is that you can't just operate in one gear. Like I said before, it's very important to know when to. I think that's also one key parameter for longevity, is that you can't just be in people's face every day. So there is no point in running around every day. You'll either burn out or you'll just collapse. So what's the point of that? You want to be around to actually enjoy your success, right? So for that, you need to sleep well, you need to rest, you need to eat well, you need to exercise, you need to prioritize family, friends, your own time. If you notice, I've just listed 7 things and none of them is work, right? Because that's a part of everything else. People make this mistake of saying that, oh, I'm only going to work, and there's no point, because your work is not getting the best of you then, right? The best of you is whole you. When you're complete as a whole, then everything that you do is getting the best of you, because you're giving all your unfragmented energy to that one thing at that point in time. But you can't just keep doing it. So I prioritize me time, friend time, family time, all of this so highly that I will happily say no to work if something seems really hectic. Yes, it's easy for people to say that I can do it now after being in the business for 20 years. And that is true. But that is one of my parameters for success, is that do I now have to do I need to do things? No, I will only do things I want to do.
Where does the role of emotional quotient, emotional intelligence comes in for you in your journey thus far?
I rate EQ higher than IQ any day, right? See, here's the thing. We all have, there's one thing that we can never create is time, right? You and me have the same 24 hours that Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Shah Rukh Khan have, right? Nobody, no matter how successful or how rich they are, has a 25th hour in a day. So we're all working on this basic starting point. The given in this mathematical equation is that we all have 24 hours. So since you can't create any more, it's how much value you put in these, right? With time, you can't increase the quantity of time. So therefore, what must you do is increase the quality of time, right? So why are some people more successful than the other? Because they can get more quality done in a minute or an hour than the rest of us, right? And we can do perhaps more than the rest of them who can then do. So that's why there are varying levels of prosperity or success, as the world calls it, right? So I feel that when you have that realization कि भाई इतना ही है टाइम, ठीक है, अब या तो मैं इसमें पागलों की तरह हाथ पैर मार लूं, या मैं एक कदम पीछे लूं to leap 5 steps ahead, right? And when I mean take that step back is prioritizing, strategizing, and then executing, right? So when you do that, you realize that I have this much energy, this much time. I can do it I can expend it in doing this because I feel like I need to do it. But then what happened to my dreams and aspirations?
True.
But my dreams and aspirations are to do this, but this is taking me in the opposite direction. Then why do I have to do this?
But then why do we feel a compulsive need rather to do something?
But it's the world, right? It's the world that we live in, which quantifies success in one very cookie cutter way, right? Which is material possessions, objects, earnings, right? If that's yours, then of course go for it. Go for it. No one's stopping you. But if you if you are at all an emotional person and emotional gain, emotional happiness are important for you, well, then you have to take the other path, which is that you have to do the things you want to do. But for that, you have to first, it's very easy said, but for that first you have to think of what do you really want? Right?
True.
If what you want is to just be busy 24 hours a day, that's fine. I'm not judging you. Then you do everything.
True.
Then you get up and you move. And then one day when your doctor tells you that, listen, your heart needs trouble, is in trouble, so you need to sleep for 8 hours a day. Then you start sleeping 8 hours a day because that is what you need to do to be more successful. So
you're
then
constantly
you just
running a need to loop.
Correct, yeah. So you are chasing that, but that's the life you've chosen. So go for it. Then there are people who are maybe more artistic, who are maybe, whose EQs are slightly different. I'm not saying higher or lower because that again kind of ranks it. But your radios are a different frequency than my radio. And I believe that for me, at this point in time in my life, again, we are moving goalposts. So things change. What I wanted 10 years ago is not what I want now. You have to stay in tune with that. And mine is that, I want to be, emotionally satisfied. I want to be happy. I want to make correct choices. I want to kind of optimize my time. So I'm big on the word optimization. For that, I need to know what I want. I want this and this. I don't want this. So therefore, I'm not going to do it. They're offering me a lot of money. Do I really need this money? Oh, crap. I just bought a house. I need to renovate it. Okay, I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to do it. I'm like, I've already renovated my house and I'm already living in it happily. So now I don't need this cash for anything specific. In the long tally in life, and I calculated after working 40 years, 50 years, hopefully if I live that long, will I look at this money and go, अरे यार ये भी आ जाता तो नहीं उतना में तो नहीं है ना कोई 500 करोड़ नहीं दे रहा है तो बेच देता मैं अपने soul को अपनी family all have a price right so 500 crores maybe I would have sold my soul but this is not that so let's not like it's okay I don't really need to right I like you said don't have to pay my rent I don't have to put a shirt on my back a meal on my table don't have to put kids through school. There's nothing. So it's okay. It's fine. It's cool. What would this mean? This would probably mean, another FD. This would mean another pair of nice shoes. I don't know, another nice holiday. It's okay. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm cool. I'm taken care of. So you need to prioritize and know what is important and what you really want. And that question only you can answer for yourself.
That question needs a lot of introspection, reflection, contemplation, meditation and whatnot to figure that answer out. Some people figure it out early on, probably, and that also keeps changing. The definition keeps evolving for what you want out of your life. And for some people, they spend their whole life just walking through it and not been able to realize.
Maybe unke liye wo theek hai. I guess maybe they are happy with that. Some people don't want to, like, I remember there was a phase in my life when people asked me, yaar, what is purpose? I'm like, maybe we're not all meant to have a purpose, man. Like, pata nahi, what is this great question we're trying to answer? I'm just trying to get through the day, man. I'm trying to get through the day without any stress, spread some happiness.
That is personally your definition of how you want to live your day, then that's cool.
So, kahi hai jo who are rolling through that. Kahi hai jo baith ke 25 ghante dhyan lagayenge. I want to evolve and find a better purpose, and to each his or her own, right? I say that's good, but you need to find it.
Right. But worse is when you get stuck with this question, or you're not happy with the life that you're leading now, and you're not able to figure out what you want to do that will make your soul click or happy.
True.
You know,
But
that's
for
the
that
way.
also you need to take a step back and say, what is happening right now that I need to eradicate from my life?
Correct.
Right? I can say that I want this, but थाली में जगह भी होनी चाहिए ना. तो अगर थाली फुल हो गई है तो फिर तो बाहर निकल जाएगा ना वो.
कुछ हटाना पड़ेगा थाली से.
तो आप हटाइए उसमें से, आप देखिए कि यहाँ पे कुछ तो है which is giving me indigestion. Right? So look at it. And that's the hard question, right? What is that thing that you're doing, the task, the relationship, the condition, life condition that you're in, something you're doing is not agreeing with you. So instead of thinking that I'm going to wake up one day with an epiphany saying, oh, this is what I want, you could get it also. Where will you put it?
True. So removing something out of your thali and then keep putting whatever you feel like doing in that moment and see what sticks or what doesn't cause you indigestion. in
Yeah,
your
true.
words.
True.
Yeah.
So it's a slow process. It's a hard process. But I guess we all say we're looking for answers, but none of us are ready to acknowledge the questions. And we need
Very
to
valid.
acknowledge those hard questions first.
And live with those questions. We are just in a rush to find the answers. Even if the question come to us, we are just so, greedy for the answers that we
Yeah.
don't take time to sit with the questions.
Yeah.
What's your personal definition of success, GK? I've decided to make this as my permanent question for every episode, starting with you.
So mine is, I think, contentment. I think that's my definition of success. I think only like Zen Buddhists can have 100% contentment. We can never have 100% contentment. But if you can have kind of 70 to 80% contentment, and the rest of it is a fire, curiosity, a restlessness, an aggression, an ambition, I think that's good. But largely, you've got to be able to, I think, put your head on your bed at night and be able to go to sleep like without your mind twisting and turning. I think that for me is a small success, right? My success is no longer a number or a material possession or a kind of car or that. It's not that anymore. Those things are nice. Nobody says can I take them away? But if tomorrow somebody was to take them away, I'd say that's fine. I have faith in myself. I'll build it again. So I feel that success, faith in your own abilities, is kind of a success. Not doubting yourself too much. We all must doubt ourselves a little bit because that fires us as creative people and as storytellers. But not too much.
Not too much. Having faith in yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the clips. Watch the full video from the link in the description box. If you like our videos and content, make the comment section your friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. We will meet you in our next episode. Till then, master your inner world with The Journey Within by Shobha Rana.